Welcome to the Ambitious Coach Podcast. This is a place where driven, determined coaches learn how to get off the business growth struggle bus and learn how to build a wildly profitable online coaching business. I'm your host, Allison Henderson, corporate dropout to six-figure social media business coach. I'm going to show you how I've been able to create the business of my dreams organically, all through utilizing my social media platforms. So pull up a seat, take some notes, and get ready to see your life and bank account transform. Hello, what a day, what a week. Happy March. I know I'm really looking forward to warmer days, more sunlight. And if you aren't in the States, I understand you might be like, Allison, we're going into winter. So anyway, I'm sorry about that. But I just know sunshine just makes everyone happier and healthier. And I'm just really looking forward to just more warm days ahead of us. So anyway, you aren't listening today to hear me ramble on about weather. You want strategy. You want epic ideas. You want more ways to make more money. All right. So as I sat long and hard about this topic I was like, what do I really want to be focusing on this week? So I decided to look at my most saved posts on Instagram, and one of them was 10 content ideas for this week. So I thought, well, this might be a great one to dive into because I'm hosting a free content creation workshop this week. And if you haven't seen me post about it, it's a workshop where I will be going into how to have more fun creating content, how to come up with endless ideas, and how to actually generate money just from your content. I also have a ton of education as to why someone is going to buy you over all of those other competitors out there. All right, so this workshop is seriously jam-packed with value, and I guarantee no one teaches content like me. And if they are, well, they likely learned it from me, so you're welcome. But anywho, click the link in my bio, click the link in my show notes if you want to join. A replay will be available, so if you're one of those people that are worried about this, no problem. It will be available shortly after the call this Friday. So when I say this Friday, it's March 10th. Okay, so if you're listening to this after March 10th, there will still be a replay. You will still get access to this. All you have to do is sign up and you'll get access to the replay, okay? And for those people who are always asking about the replay, did someone hurt you in a past life? I mean, I'm just kidding here, but I always think it's so funny because usually, when I say usually, I'm like 99% of the time, there will be replays. All right. So for those coaches who don't do that or something, I don't know. I feel like that's really silly. But yes, there will be a replay and it will be sent out shortly after the workshop on Friday. Okay. All right, well, let's get this content party started. If you're in the car, it's totally fine. Listen in. You're going to still get a ton of ideas. But you also might want to get out a notebook or re-listen to this at some point. Okay, so this is going to be one of those where I'm going to be giving you 10 different content ideas, okay? So I know coming up with content might be one of the hardest things for you. So this episode is going to leave you with a ton of different things that you can do literally today. Okay? These are content ideas that you can use today. And I don't want you saying, I don't know what to post about anymore. Okay? Especially after this episode, all right? And what I love about content is that you can post anything, like, for example, your coffee, your dogs, your backyard, your hair and makeup routine, your laundry, your dirty kids, your cute husband, or maybe you just took a bath last night and you want to use it for content. It's content. Your life is content, all right? So everything you do can be content. So even if you feel like your life is pretty boring, all right? I know a lot of you think that. You have content to share, all right? So please stop saying that you don't have anything to post. Share pieces of yourself that you think might be boring, but these are just habitual things that you likely do every single day. I just want you sharing all the things because a lot of these things that you do habitually and that you feel are boring can really help your audience. And this is one of those things where the more personal that you get, whether that be they think that you're funny or they think that you're smart, relaxing, I don't know, whatever that is. Sometimes you don't even have to put words behind it, okay? It could just be I love myself today. and you just wanted to share a cute photo of you in a t-shirt, okay? Honestly, people are looking for leaders to look up to. So you need to stop hiding behind the whole I'm boring, okay? Because to somebody else, you are amazing. You are fun. You are fresh, okay? Whatever you want to call it, okay? Do I need to remind you that I live in Indiana, okay? It's a suburb of Chicago. I live with my husband and my 2 kids. We aren't like jet setting like in a private airplane every week or hanging out with celebrities. Like our lives are probably pretty similar to yours, okay? So you can't let this boring life be an excuse to why you don't share anything. And if you are somebody who's like, but Allison, I really don't do anything at all right, well, check in with that. I know that you probably don't want to be that boring, right? You likely aren't listening to this podcast because you want to settle for mediocrity. So what can you do today that is actually fun, exciting, and like not boring? Okay. I can talk about this for a really long time. I really want you living an epic, extraordinary life. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into these 10 ideas today. 10 content ideas that you can start using literally this week. Okay. So the first piece of content that you can share, and this one's usually pretty simple, is just sharing your story and why you decided to become a coach or a sleep consultant or whatever that you call yourself, okay? Go into detail, start from the beginning, and share how you were feeling, what inspired you, what was your day-to-day like, and then like what was that big breakthrough that you had that you were like, I need to do X, Y, Z, whatever that thing is, okay? And now you're likely like, I'm completely obsessed with this and I can't wait to help others, okay? Like you can talk about that in the post too. And then bam, you have a new post, okay? This should be easy for you to explain. And if it's not, you're probably just one of those people that don't like talking about yourself, okay? And we need to get over that because your story, your message is really inspiring, okay? It doesn't make you sound arrogant or self-centered. It's just the honest to God truth that this is your story. And people are always inspired by your story and how you went from, say, A to Z or like A to J, okay? Your story could be the sole reason why somebody hires you today, all right? So this leads me into number 2. Share a client story or someone maybe you just recently coached. Where were they before they started working with you? And then you can even go through like your sales call notes and your intake forms and just look at the words they specifically used. This is also a great way for you to create other pieces of content too, okay? So for number 2, for this example specifically, I want you sharing where they were and where they were when they were done working with you. What were you able to help them accomplish? How did you help them overcome big obstacles? What did you have to teach them? All right. So that they got from A to Z or A to J. Okay. What questions did they ask along the way? How long did it actually take? All right. So share their story. Number 3, share a tutorial or like a how-to video on how to do something. This is likely something you teach your clients inside your coaching container. Okay. Don't let this be something completely random. Okay. But it could just be like, I guess I'll give you a few examples, like how to relax after a long day when your kids were driving you crazy. Or it could be like a tutorial on how to create like an infographic on Canva that showcases the results that you can help your clients with. I know for like sleep consultants, it's like how to swaddle your baby so that they can sleep longer stretches at night. How to lose weight without having to work out. Or how to organize your I say drunk drawer, but it's junk. The junk drawer. It could be like in under like 15 minutes or something. Like you could add on something, okay? So what is something that you teach that you feel is probably super basic to you, but is something that could really help someone in your audience today, okay? So once again, this could be so basic, but yeah, a how-to video, so a tutorial. All right, so let's move on to number 4. Share the top 3 common misconceptions about your industry. Share your opinions here. I want you kind of getting fired up. So like, what brings you some serious rage about your industry? I mean, I'm kind of kidding, but share something that really grinds your gears, makes that blood boil. Like, what are people saying that just isn't true at all? I don't want you holding back here, all right? I don't want you to feel like, oh my God, I'm probably going to lose followers if I say this. And so many of you are so afraid that you're going to lose your audience or your clients or your followers if you decide to have an opinion. All right. You might be somebody who plays your content like really, really safe. Like you're like just not okay with talking about something controversial. I want you to know it's okay to have an opinion. All right. So get real with your audience. They will appreciate it. And so will your bank account. Okay. Number 5, this is just probably the one that people leave out the most. And it's the sales post, like a straight up calling out your ideal client and saying, do you want to buy this? All right. So where's your client now? Where do they want to be? But I know this might sound so basic, but like if you aren't selling, why? Okay. Why? How can your services get them closer to this desired outcome? All right. What do they crave? What do they hate doing every day? How do they want to feel? How do they not want to feel? All right. And then you're pitching yourself. You're telling them, hey, I'm the solution to your problem. I can help you with this. All right. Share what they will receive also once they commit to working with you. Okay. You're not selling the number of calls or like the PDFs or anything like that. I know some people think like, oh, I need to tell them all of the support that they're going to get. You don't have to. I want you sharing that transformation, okay? I want you owning that too. I want you creating many, many posts like this and creating them all the time. Like talk about this in your stories, talk about this in your feed. People need to know what you do. And people need you like right now, okay? So I don't want you hiding your amazingness with this world, okay? Tell them what the next steps are into working with you. All right, so for number 6, educate your audience on a method you teach inside your coaching container. This is different from a tutorial, okay? This is you sharing, you have an actual process on how to do something. For example, for me, I have a full step-by-step process on how to find and sign clients on social media, right? So my methodology is heavily focused on social media. So that includes learning how to say like sell and market yourself, right? My methodology is really simple. Post on social media, engage with your audience, create compelling stories, show up consistently, show up confidently, connect and start conversations with your audience, set up collaborations, and learn how to actually get your followers on sales calls, right? There's a little bit more to that, but you need to be able to share your methodology simply. It needs to be clear because a confused mind will not buy. All right, I'm going to say that again. A confused mind will not buy. One of the sales steps, like the sales processy steps, or if you want to call it, like of like someone making a decision to work with you, is them being sold on your methodology and your solution. Okay. So if you're not clear on your methodology and your step-by-step, do your homework, okay? You don't have to teach this all in one post, by the way. I mean, this is a lot, right? But share what steps you'll be bringing them through when they commit to working with you. Literally, all of my content is focused on pieces of my step-by-step process or just something I think is really, really important in building your online business. So I create content nearly every single day that helps people just like you with one of the pieces of my step-by-step process. Okay. So moving on to number 7, this one is solely for entertainment, but also to get your audience to know you on a deeper level. All right. So I want you, all right, bear with me guys, sharing your most embarrassing moment. All right. We all love seeing a headline that says, this is my most embarrassing moment. And I can't believe I'm telling you this, right? So it is probably likely something funny. I hope this isn't still like an opened wound, if that makes sense. Like you're sharing from a scar. We're not sharing from an open wound, if that makes sense. Okay. But you share the lesson from this, right? It's definitely going to be more funny, but also, hey, this is what I learned from this experience. I'm probably going to do something like this week. I really love this post. So it's such a genius post too to get engagement. And once again, let your audience get a chance to get to know you. And you aren't alone. We all have super embarrassing moments in our life. I probably do something embarrassing every day. So please don't be shy here. It's okay to share something silly and just kind of out of the norm every once in a while. All right. It doesn't always have to be educational content and just tips. All right. So stop taking this whole social media thing like really, really seriously, okay? Let people get a chance to know you and let them fall in love with you, all right? All right, moving on to number 8, 5 quick and easy ways to blank. So this might be something that you specialize in. So I'm going to repeat that again. So 5 quick and easy ways to blank. So these sort of posts usually are really easy for me to do. These are more of like the educational content. And most of my clients find the educational content like really, really simple to do. And it's because you have wisdom, you have knowledge. And that's easy for you to share. And people do love these posts, trust me. Like, I think it's so important to have educational posts on your feed. Like, your audience wants something that makes their life easier. And we also just love numbers. I've told you about that before. People love seeing numbers. So 5 quick and easy ways to blank. All right, so going on to number 9, share the most ridiculous advice you've ever heard about something that you specialize in. So when I say this, it's like, think about all those Facebook groups, right? Where maybe a mom's asking for advice on how to breastfeed your baby while at Disney World. It's so cringy. I'm just making this up. But like, what is something that you've heard and you're just like, no, that is not good advice. I cannot believe people are sharing that. I can't believe people are saying that. I want you to screenshot it, maybe. You can probably go into a Facebook group right now and screenshot something. I don't want you to share people's names, like blur out names, do whatever you got to do. But yeah, it could be a reel where like that's behind you and like you're just sitting here going, this is a horrible advice and here's why. So you share your expertise here, but also like make this kind of fun and humorous if you can a little bit. But yeah. What's something that was absolutely horrifying that you saw and just plain old wrong? All right. So share. All right, and the last one, number 10, I can't believe we're already at number 10. Share a testimonial. I call this social proof. Like, share a result that you were able to help your client with. So why are you so amazing to work with? Share it. Tell people what results they can get when they work with you. Like, what is honestly anything nice that someone said about you? I want you to share this. You can share the same testimonials too. So especially if you're new and you only have like 2, 3, 4, or 5 or whatever, you don't need dozens to start doing this. And you can repost these testimonials and get more and more people enrolled into your program. Okay. Likely somebody isn't going to remember that testimonial that you posted like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. All right. And then hopefully you're getting a new audience and you're getting more eyeballs on your posts every single week. So likely someone's not going to go back weeks to see a testimonial or something else that you posted. So you can repurpose your content. Okay. All right. So that was the last one. Let me go up and just kind of reiterate what we talked about today. So number 1 was share your story. Okay. Number 2, share one of your client stories. Number 3, share a tutorial or like a how-to video. All right. Number 4, share the top 3 common misconceptions about your industry. Number 5, straight up sales post. Tell people all about what your offer is all about, your step-by-step process, and how they can work with you. Number 6, educate your audience on a method you teach inside your coaching container. Number 7, share an embarrassing moment that you had and what was a lesson that you learned from it. Number 8, 5 quick and easy ways to blank. Number 9, share the most ridiculous advice you've ever heard about what you specialize in. And number 10, share a testimonial. All right. Share something that says how amazing you are to work with. All right. So guys, I have so many ideas. I have so many more ideas. But for this episode and for this week, you have a lot to work with. So take some time, sit and get in, I call it like your content creation mode, that energy. All right. I don't want you winging it every single day, every single week. And especially if that is not your style. You might be somebody that's like, I crave routine. I crave content calendars. All right. Do that for yourself, okay? Sales and marketing definitely has to be a habitual thing for you. It needs to be an everyday, just a part of your routine, okay? And I also don't want you to feel stressed about this. I want this to be as automated as humanly possible for yourself, okay? And my big goal for you is I want you to create more and consume less. I'm going to repeat that. Create more and consume less. And one last reminder, if content is a constant struggle for you and you wake up every day not sure what to post about, join me this Friday, March 10th, at my content creation workshop. And if you can't make the live, once again, there will be a replay. All right. It'll be sent out shortly after. If you're listening to this after Friday, there is a replay that you can listen to. All right. So sign up. Get in. I want to meet you. I want to see you. And thank you so much for listening today. And if you did find this helpful, please share on Instagram, send me a DM, tell your friends. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Happy selling. Thank you for listening to the Ambitious Coach podcast today. A couple favors before you go. If you found this episode helpful, please take a screenshot and share it on Instagram. Most importantly, don't forget to tag me at Allison Henderson _coach. That's ALLISON Henderson _coach. And lastly, please take a minute to rate this episode and leave a raving review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you tune in to listen. Okay, ambition is great, but it's time to get to work. Take action and commit to being 1% better every day. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you again next week.